There is no spoon. This is one of the most iconic lines in the Matrix franchise and also in nerd culture. And the kid who said that line didn't just appear in the Matrix movies, but in the comics as well. What, you didn't read that story? No problem. Stay with me for the next few minutes and I'll tell you. Hey guys, what's up? Arnaldo here. The Matrix franchise has always had a close relationship with comics. In addition to the static influence on the action sequences, the film series had its concept art and storyboards done by two industry icons, Geoff Darrow and Steve Skroce. So, it shouldn't be a surprise for those of you who didn't know that the franchise also has its own comics. The Matrix Comics is a series of short stories, comics and pin-ups set in the universe of the Matrix films. They were originally published on the official Matrix website from 1999 to 2003 as 3 webcomic series with some additional artwork. Most of them were later compiled into 2 volumes published by the Wachowski's company Birdman Entertainment, along with 3 new comics unpublished on the internet. Artistic Freedom is a story written by Ryder Widham, drawn by Killian Plunkett, colored by Jeremy Cox, and edited by Spencer Lamb and Rob Simpson. The story is part of the Matrix Comics Series 3 and was published in print in the Matrix Comics Volume 1 and later republished in the Matrix Comics 20th Anniversary Edition in 2019. By the way, our channel has a partnership with Amazon and Shopee, and if you buy through the links we share in the description, in addition to buy a product you want, you give a channel a great boost here. So please go there and use those links to buy the products. The story begins with the Spoon Boy walking through the city streets and observing his surroundings. On TV, he sees a journalist named Kit Pritchard from Channel 11's Culture Beat show, talking about the Headnet Art Gallery that's open for a controversial exhibition by nightmare sculptor Raven Underwell. Underwell has made a fortune from her dark visions on humanity, enslaved by mechanical monsters. And she's not the only one who's getting rich from it. Psychologists have their offices full of patients who blame Underwell's sculptures for their sleepless nights. The reporter wonders if the works of this artist can be dangerous for the mental health of her viewers. The sculptures look exactly like the sentinels outside the Matrix. The Spoon Boy crosses the street as Kit asks some people about the effects Raven Underwell's sculptures had on them. A man says he has had some nightmares because of them, and he doesn't know why, but they affect him deeply. A woman says her daughter has been having bad dreams since she saw a picture of the statues in a horrendous magazine. She took the girl to see the statues in the gallery in person so she would understand that they are not real. But instead of helping her get better, the girl freaked out and started screaming, begging to go home. The reporter finally comes face to face with the sculptor and asks if she intends to scare the audience with her sculptures. The sculptor replies that she is an artist and not a nanny, and that if people get upset with her work, it is their problem. The reporter says goodbye to her audience, saying that the opening night of the exhibition is only for people who have a special green pass. But before closing the story, she notices that her pass simply disappeared from her hand. We then see that the Spoon Boy has the pass and is standing in front of the entrance of the Headnet Gallery. The pass contains Matrix-specific codes. The boy walks through the gallery. The reporter is still confused by her card's disappearance, but her cameraman tells her to forget about it because they are already on the guest list. The child whose mother has been interviewed is still screaming, begging to leave. Raven, the sculptor, is happy with the child's cry. She says this is the kind of reaction she wants to see to her artwork. Honest, devoid of pretense, and guaranteed to promote her artwork. A woman then asks the artist about the inspiration for creating her statues. Raven explains that she calls them the Somnicultus, or sleep guardians. And what people are seeing are her creations imitating the real versions, which she claims do indeed exist and are likely the creators of the human race. In her biography, Raven states that the Somnicultus appeared to her in a startlingly vivid dream. I had tubes in me, she says, everywhere. I thought I'd had an accident, that I was in a hospital, but it wasn't a hospital. It was some kind of artificial room. For a few minutes, everything was blurry, but then my vision cleared, and what I saw was vast. It was a world of gigantic towers that were lit up like Christmas trees. I looked for signs or markers, but there was nothing. The sky was dark as a cave without any stars. Then there was the smell. When I was a child, my cousin once left his electric toy train on for too long. That's what it smelled like. A hot transformer, only more intense. For a moment, I was afraid. Then, I saw the Somnicultus. It was massive. Some might say monstrous, but as my statues show, beautiful all the same time. From what I could see, it was caring for me and other sleeping humans. Thousands, perhaps millions of us, all connected. Then, I saw a different creature. A majestic airborne squid, moving through the air like a fish through water. My statues hopefully show how beautiful and caring this creature seemed to me. The woman who asked the question throws another one. She wants to know how Raven explains the fear that those sculptures cause in people if they are beautiful and affectionate. And the sculptor responds that the ignorance of that audience makes her bored. She then notices that the spoon boy is there, still, serene, facing the sculptor. She then praises the boy's bravery and asks him his opinion of her work. It is then that noises of large machines moving are heard in the hall. Raven Underwell's sculptures, the Somnicultus, are alive. Raven is shocked as the Sentinels slaughtered her guests. In the midst of the shooting, she makes it to the street asking for help and begging for it all to stop. The Sentinels chase her down the street, blowing up vehicles and fire hydrants, destroying buildings and killing bystanders. Raven doesn't believe it's actually happening. A phone rings in a nearby phone booth. Faced with the persistence of the call, the terrified sculptor answers it. "Hello?" says Raven Underwell, starting the conversation. But before there is an answer, the living sculptures destroy the booth, leaving only the payphone hook in the artist's hand. "It is not enough to believe what you see. You must also understand what you see," says the voice that comes out of the now wireless phone. Raven is confused, crying, and her makeup is smeared. She looks ahead and sees that she's standing in front of a broken wall that says Sentinel Electric Company. Through the hole in the wall, she sees a cemetery, a lightning bolt, and a dry tree, and wonders, what am I supposed to understand? She closes her eyes, puts her hand to her head in a mental effort, and says the word caretakers. When she opens her eyes, the world has returned to normal. Raven Underwell, the sculptor, is back in her gallery, accompanied by the woman full of questions, who asks if the artist is okay because she went pale for a second. Raven then tells her that she's not okay and that she's a fool and asks for forgiveness. Reporter Kit Pritchard talks to her cameraman about her food as the spoon boy leaves the gallery. "So?" asks the cameraman. "This caviar is like soup," answers the journalist. The boy walks past the Headnet Gallery sign and reconfigures it while Kit asks her co-worker if he has a spoon. He replies that there are no spoons there. Alright, I'm back. So, what do you guys think it really happened in this story? We know that the best way to get out of the Matrix is by taking the red pill, but that's not the only way. The gallery in the story is called HeadNet, which refers to the idea of various resources used to access the internet. My theory is that since Raven Underwell caught a glimpse of the real world, precisely because she was an artist, but misinterpreted that glimpse, the Spoon Boy saw an opportunity to awaken the artist once and for all. The interesting thing is this boy's ability to make it possible for her to have this vision. It seems that this child is much more powerful than he appears in the movies. Now, did he go there on his own initiative, or was he sent there by the Oracle? Was that what the Oracle trained those kids for? To be her secret awakening agents? And what would the Spoon Boy be like at the time of Matrix Resurrections? Have you ever thought if we had a Matrix 5 and he came back old as a super-powered villain who can manipulate reality outside the Matrix? I'm already daydreaming here. And what's your theory? Write down in the comments what you think was actually happening in this story and in which situations you would like to see this character again. Like I said, I would love to see him back as a villain in the Matrix 5, but old. If you made it this far in the video, write in the comments the Spoon Lord to make, because that's a very good name for a villain, to make those who haven't seen the whole video very confused. And if you want me to bring more stories, I need to know, so let's make a deal. When this video reaches 200 likes, I'll bring more stories from the Matrix comics. Thanks for watching this video. Click the thumbs up and the bell if you haven't clicked it yet. Subscribe to the channel. Share with those who enjoy this type of content. Thanks again from the bottom of my heart. We're in this together. See you in the next video.